All right, ladies and gents, it's another episode of Figure It Out. It's a fight. We got Steven, of course, and once again, joined by Tyro.
Back in full effect, man.
The conversation was going so good last time. We had to have you back. Felt like we could have done a whole nother episode.
That is very true. That is very true, man. It's amazing how one conversation can lead to another conversation by the one word. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right. And today oh, by the way, we left off kind of on a cliffhanger last time. So, because we ran out of the room tape right at the fun little ending question. I don't know what y'all out there might have picked. We were talking about between Bruce Lee, Jet Li, and Jackie Chan. Who would you go?
That's right. I gotta go.
Okay, so you say you only could push Jackie Chan. Okay, okay, but you only can choose one. You said, right?
There can be only one.
You only can choose one, right? Yeah, man. Now you know what it is, though? I kind of got to agree with Steven. I want to say everybody's going to say Bruce Lee, bro. Like everybody's going to say Bruce Lee. But if you're talking about still living, it's going to probably be Jackie, bro. Because Jet, you already know. Everybody, all of them are legends in their own way. But you got to give it to Jackie, man. Because Jackie was the first one that was trying to compare to Bruce Lee. You know what I'm saying? When he passed. So, yeah, it's going to probably be
I like Jackie Chan. Yeah, I like Jackie Chan because he's kind of well-rounded, especially when it comes to his movies and stuff. You know, he'll do a comedy one time, he'll do an action another time, he'll do a drama another time. But I mean, as far as the martial arts, you know, they're all scary. So I mean, I'd be happy to be at any one of their skill levels. But as far as like the person I enjoy the most and want to meet and kind of want to emulate the most, I'd say Jackie Chan.
You know what I would say though? You know how tall Jackie Chan is? Jackie Chan is only 6 foot, believe it or not, bro. He's
really?
5'9". Yeah, he's 5'9". So just think about it.
He's only an inch shorter than me then.
Yeah. So you know that means that Bruce Lee was 5'7". But it didn't matter about the height. It was just about the speed. So for Jackie to be so solid at that height, that let you know he could take on dudes that's like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar if he wanted to. You know what I mean? Just like Bruce did. Now see, Jet, this is the difference what most people don't know about Jet. You know you got to include one more. But I don't know if you really want to include, it's really two. I don't know if you want to include two more guys. You got Donnie Yen. And you got Tony Jaa. I don't know if you ever seen his movies, Unbob or Ip Man. I don't know if you ever seen those movies before.
I watched the Tony Jaa movie recently. Sorry.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what it was called.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, man, we getting off subject, but yeah, who you was going with? Duels.
All right. So for me, I gotta go with my man Bruce Lee. You know, that's probably the most popular pick or whatever, but it's just because it's the truth, man. Bruce Lee, like, he was on a whole nother level as far as doing stuff. And speaking of like different roles and stuff too, people forget this, but Bruce Lee also was good romantically too. But
I don't know nothing about that.
But
yeah. Well, what he's talking about is Bruce had the women, man. Bruce had the women. Like you didn't hear people. Yeah,
Bruce
had the women, bro. Yeah.
And, Jackie, if he does like a romantic thing, it's still more kind of like a comedy thing. It's like, Jackie. But I gotta say, like Jackie Chan's work ethic too, to like what he built out of nothing. Oh my goodness, I have nothing but the most respect for him.
Yeah.
Like the way, because like he'll build the set, do the cinematography, like what he wants shot, do the choreography to it, tell all the other guys where to go, when to wear, and like, you know, when you know, like some barrel's gonna fall, this thing's gonna be crashed into. He, you know, he's a freaking genius how he's maneuvering all these things. He's writing it, directing it, choreographing it. Like, so like as far as like a whole work of movie, Jackie Chan's amazing that way. Jet Li, as far as like the quality of his movies, you know, he didn't like set up as much stuff as like Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, but I feel like Jet Li is a better actor, and his movies are a bit more engaging for me. I kind of like feel his movie, like I'd be like, yeah, he won it for the Pride of China, like who was China, but like, you know, like his movies really evoke that emotion from me. I feel like he's the best like actor, but it is still his movies are crazy. Like, oh, that's badass. But Bruce Lee, just the complete total like he's the, you know, he'd be like the Abraham of the faith. You know what I mean? He's the father of the father. You know, like.
Well, see, this
like,
is the reason why.
Like all the rest are sick. They're dope, but Bruce Lee was like the one, you know.
Well, see, that's the crazy thing. See, this is why I can agree with you on what you're saying, because if it wasn't for Bruce made martial arts transcend from where it was to making it global. He made it promotable. You know what I'm saying? He made MMA promotable. Nobody knew what MMA was, but Bruce was the first one to actually include that in his martial arts. And what we got now, we got MMA. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he's the one that took a special style and said, "There are no styles. I made my own style, Jeet Kune Do." You know what I'm saying? And it's like he's like, "There's no special technique to winning a fight. It's either win or lose or draw." You know what I'm saying? And it's like when you put yourself in a situation, sometimes you can make your own opponent beat their own self without even beating yourself up to try to beat them. You know what I mean? So he was a philosophist. That's what I like about Bruce. You know what I'm saying? Be like water, my friend.
Yeah, I love that quote.
Yeah. But yeah, Jack is global too, no doubt. Jet is the only one. Jet is global, but he's not as big as Jackie and Bruce, because Jet never fully, you know what I'm saying? Like, Bruce was born in California. I don't know what part, but I know he was born in California. So technically, he is American, right? Jackie Chan had to come to America to become part of America. Jet had to do the same thing. So when Bruce came over here, he blew it up over here, and he took it right back to his own country and blew it up anymore. And that's the reason why his legacy still stands the test of time. Every time you turn on a YouTube or Instagram, or if you was to, half the time when they bring in on martial arts movies, little kids know who Bruce Lee is. Little kids know who Jackie Chan is now. Still, a lot of people still trying to figure out who Jet is, even though Jet made his mark. But Jet made his mark more in hip hop, in the hip hop culture. That's the reason why.
He did those movies with DMX. That's
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Cradle to the grave.
So Jet made his mark in the hip hop culture. He made it urban. He made martial arts urban, more urban. You know what I'm saying? Now, I love this topic you're talking about, because we could have made that another one too. We're talking about martial arts, movies and stuff like that and all. One other one I want to include is I really respect Billy Blanks, Tyro Man, and I really respect Michael J. White.
Yeah. Bro. I just watched the movie of his where his daughter and son were in watching a basketball game or whatever, and some terrorists took it over or some shit.
Yeah, that's sudden death, like John Claude Van Damme did way back in the day. Yeah,
it's a remake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that was good.
Yeah, he did. My favorite movie he did was called Blood and Bones, Falcon Rising. Like, his movies are all what they consider low budget because it's not in the Hollywood theaters. You know what I mean? But He's an actually really good actor that knows martial arts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jason Statham. I really like Jason Statham
too. His wife was in that movie too.
Yeah, man, she's a trip. Like Jason Statham, right? He didn't.
Yeah.
He's the British Bruce Willis. That's what he is. He's the British Bruce Willis. That's who Jason Statham is. And so
I like Jason Statham.
when he was in the one.
Beat Bruce Willis ass.
Oh yeah. so
Willis
Jason Statham.
Like
see, a fun fact: Jason Statham learned from Jet Li. A lot of people don't know that. That's who taught him martial arts was Jet Li. You know what I'm saying?
I believe it.
Yeah.
Seeing plenty of Jason Statham's movies, I believe it. Yeah, he's doesn't look like some European style that he's doing.
Yeah, well, Jason Statham, he's been in so many action movies that it's like eventually, he's probably like, hey, if I'm gonna be the action guy, like let me learn from a pro real quick, man.
Yeah, like when he did Transporter, I had no idea that was gonna blow up like it did, bro. Like Transporter, when I seen the first one, I was like, this movie is awesome, bro. It's like, why is this movie not bigger than what it is? And the next thing you know, he went from being on the one to becoming an action star. You know what I'm saying? So apparently Sylvester Stallone must have been like, let me take all of the major action heroes and put them all in one film.
I haven't seen those yet. That you're talking about
Expendables.
Yeah.
Expendables.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Oh, bro, you gotta check them out, man. You got all your favorite action heroes all in one movie.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all acting like they're washed up or whatever.
Yeah. You got Chuck Norris and Wesley Snipes up in there. Think about it.
I wouldn't mess with Wesley Snipes either. That dude's scary too.
Yeah. I ain't messing with Wesley, bro. That Wesley a whole nother level.
I'm out of Wesley's league though. I ain't a shit man off the bat.
So what you're saying, dude, is you're saying that if they make another Blade movie, it's not going to be played without Wesley, right? Which they are doing that though. They're making another Blade movie.
I believe it.
I didn't know that was
about time.
Mm-hmm. But it's not Wesley. Not going to be in there. It's not going to be Wesley.
Really?
It's a whole nother movie. Yeah, I would have got Michael J. White to fill that role.
Maybe, yeah, something like that.
I was just cracking jokes. I'm not from the whole like cancel culture thing. If the guy makes his reparations to society or whatever, he has a right to try to work for his living however he needs to do that.
I wasn't even getting into all that. I was just talking about actors that can fight too.
like for instance, okay, be honest, right? We're not throwing. So I just want to say this: we're not throwing blows. We're not shutting down. Anything about this person, anything. We're just speaking some facts. Sylvester Stallone. I mean, not Sylvester Stallone. I'm sorry, Steven Seagal. What do y'all think of him? No comment. You can say no comment if you don't want to. You can say no comment.
I like Steven's expression though.
I think at some point he was a badass. I don't think he's there anymore. You gain a little bit too much weight or something. His movies are hilarious now.
I know, man. Like Half Past Dead. Come on.
Like, shut up. I think some of the action movies today, there's like a lot of talking and stuff. But like back in the day, the reason like the action stars were like so badass too is they were a bit more manly. They wouldn't always just be like, "Oh, I'm gonna kick your ass." No, they just like everybody would be fighting and shit, and then like the one would step up, and then like the wind would be breezing by, and he would just be standing there, and he wouldn't say shit. He would just like kick like 50 guys' ass right there,
Hey, not to get off the subject. I smell somebody barbecuing right now, and it's it's Super Bowl and all that stuff. I smell like barbecue, bro. I told you they sneak barbecue out here, so I'm smelling it right now.
Got to get them ribs in today, so they're getting them off.
I forgot,
man, but look, Steven Seagal. See, just listen. Steven Seagal. See, look, this is the thing. Steven Seagal cannot act. I'm saying this. You hear me, Steven?
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah,
at
that's
all,
what,
but I respect
like,
you.
that's what's smart. His roles, he couldn't really say much. He was just like bust through a wall, like shoot up everything, you know.
It's not believable. None of his movies are. You can't get into him when he listens to
the only movie I almost believed him in. I'm sorry, I should have said that. The only movie that I believe him in is half past dead.
I didn't even see that one.
You hear me, guys? Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But
I haven't seen Half Past Dead.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No.
It's okay. Did y'all used to be a fan of hold on one second. Have y'all ever been a fan? Have you ever been a fan of Ja Rule?
Like for a second when he first came out, maybe.
I was never a fan of Ja Rule.
Like his voice is cool and different, I guess, but yeah, it wasn't really messed up.
Yeah, for me, well, like I wasn't really into that, like, I don't know, that weird, like, stingy, more like hip hop, like popular kind of rap. And then you know, like 50 came out, and at that age, like, you know, you kind of pick a side, you know, like you were for either Biggie,
right.
50, you know, it was like that's what it was at that age. So like it wasn't, you know, I mean, like being on the West, growing up on the West Coast, I didn't even listen to Biggie till like, you know, years afterward. It's like I refused. I was like, nah, man, he's beefing with Pop, so I ain't messing with him. You know what I mean?
That was hard. Yeah, it's hard.
Like,
and then
like,
you start listening to his music, like, damn, he's good too.
To my rap cats at that age, you know what I'm saying? Like there was you didn't cross the picket line, you know?
Right.
Mm-hmm. And what's funny is like okay, like we're talking about action stars, we're talking about you know, everything that changes over time. Like there's a lot of people that's very, 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 very talented. And what I mean by that is the people that are very talented, they don't get the recognition, full recognition. Like for instance, like Jackie Chan, right? Like I was saying earlier, he actually helped transition into hip hop culture too. Because I mean, look, you got Chris Tucker to come in the movie, bro. You took Smokey out of the hood, and then you you turn him into a cop. You made Smokey change his life. Jackie Chan should be for president.
Only Jackie Chan.
We're still doing a little hood shit at the top too, though.
Yeah, just imagine that, like Jackie Chan.
Tucker's to like, hey,
Jackie
give me your
Chan
car, LAPD.
Yeah, man, it is crazy. Like, because like all these other people, man, bro, I'm telling you, I haven't seen anybody else. I haven't heard nobody else like talk about like ways of like changing the culture. That's why what you were saying earlier about Bruce Lee. That's the reason why Bruce Lee was so big. Is because of the simple fact that he was able to change your whole mindset on how you look at things. You know, I like saying.
It's about to cut out here, but I want to say one last thing before this cuts off the other, and then we'll jump into another topic. But the other thing that brought all these cats into like, you know, Western culture really is like started making martial arts and stuff bigger was the Wu-Tang Clan, man. Because Wu-Tang is for children, and yo, Wu-Tang was always up on that, like he was like, oh, we're in the martial arts, and you know.
Yeah, because like RZA, I was like, Just it's crazy how that happened because I remember the Wu-Tang video games. I don't know if y'all remember that. They had Wu-Tang video games and all types of stuff.
They know how to market.
I remember Jackie Chan had video games too. That's another thing I mean by changing the culture. You put yourself in a video. Yep. As far as what you was talking about earlier, you were saying something about you know what do I actually feel about the state of music as a whole? It could be about hip hop. It could be about, it don't matter what the genre is. What I've noticed, there's no genre anymore, if you really think about it, because everybody's trying to do what everybody's doing, right? Have you ever noticed that?
In a way, I kind of like that, you know, there aren't any genres anymore. Everybody's just kind of like doing what works for them. I'm a little concerned about like the quality of what popular music is now, and like what messages they're trying to you know, bring across.
Yeah, but speaking of messages, what exactly do you think about that, Steve? What kind of messages are you talking about? Messages as far as what they're sending to the youth?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because a lot of that hasn't changed since I was a kid, but it's just become more more obvious in a way, I guess. Like with all this, like everybody kind of promoting being degenerate in a way.
Yeah. Well, because and that's been kind of like just the downward spiral of our set. It's weird. There's also like an upward movement going too. That's fighting against that. But there
is, but that's not what's becoming. That's not what's making it onto television and stuff, though. Right. And that's part of what bugs me. It's like there's a lot of people that are promoting good things, but they're not getting the kind of promotions that these other artists are.
Well, and back there, like, you know, speaking as, you know, like an American, like back when I was in the States, like looking at like the history of that, if you look before, people would get, you know, you had all the like Puritans and stuff, and that stuff. So like people would get like banned for even just being like even like a romantic poem. They'd be like, whoa, like that's you know, and that wasn't even allowed. And then you got, but then you got to where like, okay, people were like, oh, you know, like fast forward you know, a couple hundred years, you got like, you know, like, hey baby, you're my everything, you know, and people were like, oh, okay, you know, like he's being like romantic, and that was okay. Then it was like, oh, okay, baby, you know, like kind of discreet, like, you know what we're gonna do, like, and then like, look at my lips, you know.
It reminds me of the movie Walk Hard, where all the older people got mad about them singing about holding hands. You know what I mean?
But yeah, but then like if you look at the next step, right? Then it's like, then they're just like, oh yeah, look at my butt, and then
now it's like, I'm such a slut.
Yeah.
Look at all the dirty, nasty things I do.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, look at how everyone loves me for being a slut. Like, it's like, it's crazy. I was just talking with Steven a little before this time about like the absurdity of like they have a yearly slut walk now in Los Angeles, and it doesn't even make sense because they're like, hey, stop slut shaming us, but hey, we're proud to be sluts. So it's like, and that's like where the culture has drifted to, where like it's like, do you realize you're contradicting yourself? Like, if you're proud to be a slut, then how is it shaming you to call you a slut? Like it doesn't.
Yeah, I can't hurt your feelings for calling you a slut because you're already walking through downtown LA naked. So I mean, like, obviously you have no shame.
Yeah. Well, you know what's crazy though, bro?
Yeah, you have no shame for me to shame you.
What's crazy to me is, right? What's crazy to me? Okay, we'll say this in music, okay? Rock and roll, I mean, sex apparently sells. Apparently, sex sells. But the crazy thing is, it's being viewed as the new norm now because when you turn on your IG page, right? Everything on IG is overly sexed. I did a post about this on my platform, talking about how society is overly sexed, but we'll say that for another day. What I'm saying as far as this music go, sex is the only thing that sells. I can't remember, like I use it this way, okay? When a woman's super classy and knows how to preserve her sexy, when she's very talented in the music game and knows how to not show it all and still be authentic with her music, that's the type of woman I used to always go for. I love all the sexiness and showing the, everything too, but it takes away from the music because that's all you're about. Okay, Aaliyah was sexy. She wasn't a super, she wasn't like a super, yeah, she didn't have not down on her. She didn't have all the figures of all of what everybody go for today.
I respected Aaliyah though.
She was naturally sexy. She didn't have to like flaunt herself or do all this thing.
Yeah.
She would just be up there singing and it was like
yeah. She actually showcased her own talent. Her own talent outshowed her beauty, and her beauty was a bonus. You know what I'm saying? She was intelligent. She was intelligent. A lot of people don't know this about Aaliyah. Aaliyah graduated high school at the top of her class, straight A's. You know what I'm saying? And she graduated, I think, almost at the age of 15 from high school. I don't know too many people that can do that type of stuff. And then on top of all that, she still managed to become the queen of hip hop. I'm not gonna say the queen of hip hop and R&B because that's Mary J. Blige, but somehow she's almost like another queen of hip hop and R&B in a way because of the people still be talking about Aaliyah to this day. Same thing about Left Eye from TLC. She was another one of those ones that
see. That's why I stopped having hip hop crushes because I loved Aaliyah and I loved Left Eye, and I was like, that's it, dude. Everyone's loved eyes. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah. Now, as far as and also Stephen, you know who I actually had a crush on growing up, and still to this day, I still got a crush on. Most people would be kind of shocked. I had a major crush on Gwen Stefani. Still got a major crush on Gwen Stefani because of the simple fact, because of the simple fact that she had the same potential that Aaliyah had. She didn't have all that body like everybody else, when the game was playing, but she owned her own sexy. Same thing with Eve. Same thing.
I had a crush on growing up. I had a crush on Christina Aguilera.
Okay. Yeah. But once again,
that was my hip hop chick crush, I guess.
Yeah, man. I don't blame you, man, because Christina was a knockout, man. That little woman.
That genie in a bottle. I was sold.
You're like, I know all three of my wishes.
yeah. Like back in the day, I ain't gonna lie, the one that I was in love with. Oh man, everybody would be like, "Oh man, what about Janet Jackson?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And there was one of them who I really was in love with at 12 years old. Actually, had a poster of her on my wall at 12. I had Aaliyah. I had Aaliyah on there, but I really had J-Lo. And when J-Lo came out in 98, 99, I was like, oh my gosh, who is this? You know what I'm saying? I was just like, man, if I could have been a little older at that time. I was like, Puff Daddy, he didn't mess that. Puff Daddy messed that all up.
J-Lo's in her. J-Lo's what, like 50 something now? Yeah, I would still say yes to her. I don't give a shit. She is fine still.
Mm-hmm. But what we was talking about, the whole state of music as a whole, it's not about the talent. It's not about the talent anymore. It's not about the talent anymore, man. It's about the impact that you make from amount of views that you get on a song, and it ain't got nothing to do with the song. It's about how you look. It ain't about your talent anymore. It's about how you look.
Who needs talent when you can market pretty?
Yeah.
Because they're not even pretty now. It's just like really like scandalized, like perverted view of beauty, where it's all You know, it's all just like these glamour shots of like that's really I don't know. It's not even how they look in real life anymore. You know, it's just like it's all these airbrushed videos of like.
Yeah, it's all about that shock value too. I mean, you also look at the male side. You look at what's his name, 6ix9ine, whatever. Like
hey,
I just saw the documentary on him. That dude's ridiculous. Like just willing to do whatever it takes to create shock value to get on TV, and then he thinks that he's earned some sort of respect or something. Like nobody respects that guy, as far as I can tell.
See,
like they go to watch his shows because he's ridiculous, but nobody respects him. You know what I mean?
Well, it's funny that you bring.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No. What I was going to include, Stephen, is somebody had asked me about that a couple of years ago. Like, what is it that I think of 6ix9ine? This is what I honestly will say for a compliment to him. The dude has so much potential to be a rock. I almost couldn't say it. He almost has so much. He always has so much potential to be a rock star. You know what I mean by a rock star? Lil Wayne wanted to be a rock star. He became it all. Right? Okay. 6ix9ine.
He creates a good show.
Yeah. 6ix9ine could have been a rock star. He had a rock star type of sound. He could have been something like he could. A lot of people might say I'm reaching, but not really. But he could have been something like Korn. Let's see. What you call him? Crazy clown, insane clown posse.
ICP.
He could have been
doing something like ICP.
Yeah, he could have been like a Limp Bizkit. He could have been like a Smash Mouth. He could have been a real rock star because of the simple fact that he didn't give you know what I'm saying? So it's like
he definitely did. Yeah.
You know,
I can see that. Yeah, he was trying a little too hard to create this like gangster type of personality and trying to live by it and all that, and it didn't work.
Yeah, it wasn't fitting him at all. But the thing is, he did have a lot of like energy, and I don't mean just like in the interviews and stuff, but like actually on his music. If you listen to like a lot of these cats nowadays who are a bit like they sound sleepy on the record. Like I don't know, like really everybody loves this. Like this shit is putting me to sleep.
I do want to get pumped up when I listen to music. I want to get like energized to go do something usually or something like that. You know, like I like that energy in the music, but
it's
I can't stand
to go to sleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, man, and it's crazy to me because of when you're just talking about specifically on the hip hop genre, because that's the one that changed just the most out of all the genres, especially today. You know, the youngsters, they call anybody that's born in the 80s, they call them old heads now. I'm like, okay, well, I'll take that. Okay, this is an old head responding to it. I like a lot of some of their music. I can't say, speak for all everybody from my era, but some of them is the beat that drives me to it. But there's a couple of handful of lyrical ones that's from, the late 90s era that's now a hip hop star that's actually doing pretty okay with music. But to me, for instance, right? When they say, "Oh man, y'all all the old heads, oh man, all they do is just be hating on our music, bro. Oh man, y'all had music back in the day when your parents didn't really listen to it, and they thought it was." And I was like, "You got a point," because I remember that back in my day. And so my thing is, this is what I hear though. This is the difference. What I heard, what they hear. What I hear is, oh yeah, going dumb again. Hold up, oh yeah, I'm going dumb again. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't have anything authentic to it. It's just the beat.
It's not a lot of thought to it. Yeah, they put a great beat to some lazy lyrics or something like that.
Yeah, but see, my thing
is, there is. You're right. There is some good stuff out there, though. Still, like to this day, there's young people making good music. I'm not shitting on everybody. I'm upset with what's popular now. Really.
But it's not even because even stuff that like a lot of people say is like I've got a lot of flack for this, but I love Lil Yachty. You know what I'm saying? Like his shit is melodic. I know it's stupid. There's not really any like good lyrics to it or anything like that. But
yeah, there's some Ticket songs that I like too, or Tyga songs that I like too. So,
yeah. Tyga, well, see, that's the thing. Tyga is from our era.
And you actually feel the energy behind it. Like, but like,
see, Tyga, this is what I will say about Tyga. I remember when Tyga first started out, bro. He started out with that, let's see, you take the lime and the coconut and you mix it all up. Like when he first started out with that song, I said, okay, I see what he's gonna be. He's gonna be something like a Swayze or something. You know, yeah, he's gonna be some of that, like a Swayze. I don't know if y'all remember who that group Swayze was in Cali. They only one hit wonders, but Tyga had potential to be the hip hop party king if he wanted to. Because the dude, every time you ever notice the difference, when he gets super lyrical, people don't listen to that. But when he gets party anthem like, and it's all for the women, you know, and all that stuff like that, dealing with summertime, he just like
that's
blow
what
up.
we want to hear.
He blow up again. He blows up again, you know. There's a lane for all these rappers. Just speaking on rapping, there's a lane. Like for me, I don't consider myself a rapper. I consider myself a poetic refugee. That's what I consider myself.
Do you think there's still a lane for lyrical rappers, or do you think everyone just kind of wants the mainstream stuff now? Because like even if you look back, even like a little before, like you said, Tyga kind of has that felt where, like you said, his more lyrical songs, people don't really listen to it, but his party songs they will. And like if you look, who really had that problem, I feel like was Cassidy. But also Cassidy did make some trash songs at some point.
Yeah, but I didn't like a lot of his music, but
yeah, but but all his real lyrical stuff, nobody listened to that crap. But then like the songs that would be popular were freaking garbage. But like that was his party songs or whatever.
Yeah, but where's like the Nas stuff today? You know what I mean? Like somebody is really saying some real shit.
You don't really, you'll get like a little of it, like you know who I box with. I really like Kevin Gates and Rassimone. I feel like they still come with like that lyrical degree where like people are still listening to like the lyrics, and it's got all the other elements of music where they got a solid hook, they got beautiful instrumentation and stuff. But where but even that, that they kind of more have like a cult following. That's you don't really hear about like any of the other cats that are talking about.
Yeah. So like Kevin Gates is like semi-mainstream, you know what I mean? He'll come in and do some stuff and people will listen to it and he'll be on TV and all that, and then he'll disappear for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so what was the other one? You named another one.
He was like kind of disappearing out of the mainstream.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, what was the other one that you had said, bro?
I said Kevin Gates and Rassimone.
Rassimone?
Yeah.
I don't know if I heard of that last one. I might have did. I just not for sure. But I do understand what. Yeah. Let me tell you something. Okay, being that coming from the South, most of the artists down south. Yeah, y'all can hear me.
Yeah.
Okay, from down south. Okay, what is the main thing that most people usually think when it comes to music from the South? You expect it to be bluesy sounding. You expect it to be something sounding like bounce music, like back in the day, back that thing up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody think people coming from Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, y'all think it's going to always, not everybody, I'm just saying they have a lot of people that think it's got, because of the culture, it's been persuaded in a way that hip hop down there is always about riding in big whips, riding on big rims, riding on big chains. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been perceived in a way that, because that's how you know the eras has really changed, is because you notice you don't see nobody wearing baggy pants, big white t-shirts. You don't see them wearing their hats to the side. You don't see the grills all crazy like they were back then. You still see them, but not like that. Everything now, I notice their pants are way tighter now than they were in the 80s, the rock stars. I noticed that. And I said to myself,
like chumps though.
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
They looking like some straight chumps.
Okay, I got something better for you. Okay, I got something really good for y'all. Okay. This is why hip hop, it seems like we could talk about any other genre because there's more better genres than hip hop, but hip hop is the greatest genre of all of them simply because you can fuse it with anything. What y'all thought of that country song that little Nas X did with Billy Ray Cyrus? What y'all thought about that? I thought it was nice.
I love that song.
Yeah. It's very, very catchy. It's very, very catchy.
Yeah, it's fun. And I might have told Steven that, but I was a little vexed because I was already doing that Last Black Cowboy shit. And then here comes nigga, I ain't seen the country. I've been toting my guns out here, nigga. Where you been?
Yeah. And I feel you.
But nah, I love the Nas X song. I think it's dope.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. The first time I heard that song, I was like, okay, this is something different. And I said, Billy Ray Cyrus, when I seen him, the first thing came to my mind was not that song. It was Achy Breaky Heart. You know what I'm saying? From way back in the day when he made that song that was so big called Achy Breaky Heart. And I said to myself, wow. And Montana, father, is going to be a part of hip hop now.
Have you guys listened to any country music lately? Like compared to what it used to be?
Well, hold on one second, Steve. Well, the point I'm going to get at is they might have gave Lil Nas a little bit too much credit. I'm going to tell you the reason why. Because Nelly was the first one to ever mention country grammar.
Right.
He did a song with Tim McGraw way back then, you know, in 05 and 04 and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm surprised that, hey, Nelly, if you listen to this, bro, you should have got on a remix of that song when it blew up, bro, because you would have been.
I already did this. And I did it better.
Yeah. Now, what you were saying, Steve? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just wondering if you guys have heard any country music lately, because it's gotten pretty commercialized too.
Well, you know, the one that's really big here, I'm sure you wouldn't expect it, but country music's actually, Asians really love country music. I don't know what it is. It's just the sound. But the country road one, you know, country road, take me home.
Oh yeah, I know.
That's old. That's been around.
Yeah, no, that shit still gets a lot of play out here.
Hey,
it will here too.
West Virginia, mom. Yeah, that gets hell to play out here.
I would tell you something else too, Steve. Both of y'all. I had a major crush on Faith Hill and Shania Twain. And I used to listen to that music just to see them. That's the order. Back in the day. I ain't gonna lie. I used to listen to both of them just to see them.
Right. Something about those country girls.
Yeah. Yeah, they the queen. I don't know which one is the queen of country though. Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton is the queen. Okay. Dolly Parton is the queen. Yeah.
The day she dies.
Yeah, man. Well, you know, I don't know. You know what's crazy? When you say a commercial, right? That's what it was with Shania Twain. Shania Twain was the first one to merge country music. This is the reason why Taylor Swift can do what she can do.
Yeah, I was going to bring up Taylor Swift.
Shania Twain. Yeah. They merged. Shania Twain merged country music with pop music. And then one time I seen her do it. Then one time I seen Shania Twain do a rap song. And I can't remember who it was that she did it with. But I was like, yo, country gonna have another genre. It's gonna be called country rap tunes for real. You know what I'm saying? Because
Well, she's not the only one to do hip hop. Only country singer to do hip hop either. Because what's his name? Garth Brooks did a whole hip hop album. It bombed, but I mean, he tried.
You talking about LL Cool J? You're not talking about LL Cool J, are you? You talking about LL Cool J, bro?
No, Garth Brooks, man. He tried to make a hip hop album and he failed. But he tried.
You can't.
So like that thing's better.
Unless you're like Prince or something, you know.
It was probably some bet he lost where he was like, or somebody was like, man, like I could make any kind of country music, and he was like, I can make any kind of hip hop music. Hip hop's easier or something like that. So he tried to do it and then he failed. I don't know, but like that's what comes to my head when I think of that is he lost a bet or something.
Well, but, it's crazy, man, because like I said, once again, hip hop is the only genre. Not everybody can do it. Like everybody, I'm be honest, anybody can rap. They was rapping way back in the 1920s and 30s. A lot of people didn't know that. They'll be like, sorry, Jim. Give me some skin. They was using slang way back then. You know what I'm saying? They like, like, I said they was this what would it say? Yeah. They've been doing that. They've been doing that. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, the first rapper probably was Lil Richard. The first rapper probably was Lil Richard, man.
Hey, yo, Jumbo, would y'all think of that Miley Cyrus Flaming Lips collab?
I don't even know if I've heard it.
Me either.
Yeah, Miley Cyrus collaborated with Flaming Lips. So it's like genres are all over the place now, and I love it because it's like, I mean, at the end of the day, the listeners don't really care what genre it is. They just want to hear good music. I mean, there are people, like, there's some people who are like, oh, I refuse to listen to country, or I refuse to listen to hip hop. But then then you got Nas X bringing it together. Like,
okay, let me ask y'all a question.
Yeah, no, there's music that touches you, and there's music that doesn't. It doesn't matter the genre.
Yeah.
Like, let me ask y'all a question. Do you think disco would ever come back?
It kind of did already.
Yes, it did. Jamiroquai.
I mean, it was basically like electronic disco.
Yeah, that's what Jamiroquai. Y'all familiar with Jamiroquai?
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of fuse disco with their music.
Yeah, I mean, like I feel like a lot of what they're experimenting with now is taking old stuff and kind of modernizing it, and I think that's an interesting take on music too. So it's fun to see. Like I like that aspect of where music's going these days, but I wish we could get rid of some of the commercialism as well.
Well, like, okay, let me ask you guys this. What do you guys think of rock? Like, who is your favorite rock bands? Because I can name a couple of my favorite rock bands, alternative rock bands I'm talking about. I like Vertical Horizon. I like Kate. I like Fuel. I like The Darkness. I like, there was one other one. Oh, man, I forgot. Phoenix. I like... I could kind of put Rob Thomas, Matchbox 20 in there, U2, and I got a lot of 80s bands that I like too, you know what I mean? But by far,
Blink 182.
Yeah, Blink 182 is cool too. I like Red Hot Chili Peppers. I think they was pretty cool.
They're fun. Yeah, I like it definitely.
I like what is it called? Bare Naked Ladies. I used to like their music back in the day. The Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah.
And I like Three Doors Down too.
I like Three Doors Down.
Yeah, Three Doors Down in other moments. Yeah. 10 years.
Or Three Grays or something. Because there's two with like a similar name. But anyway, yeah. As far as like, I don't know, newer stuff, do you guys know Block Party?
No, not really. I feel like I heard of them, but not really.
I've heard of them. I don't know their music.
Yeah, I really like them. And then the 1975. Where's 1975 at? I forget. But like, dude, I like I like heard them by like random, like from one of my homies showed me them, like before they were even big, and I was like, yo, these cats are gonna blow up. They just have that it sound, and then next thing you know, 1975 was everywhere. They were freaking doing worldwide tours.
Yeah, it's crazy to me because of the simple fact that music. Somebody told me this one time. Also, they said, "Do you think hip hop would ever die?" What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Dubstep died. Dubstep died.
I think that I think that it'll evolve into some different. I don't think it'll ever go back to what it was, but I think it'll stick around.
Well, once this was crazy to see Lil Wayne. I seen him in an interview.
Dubstep was like a fad, in my opinion.
Yeah, but see, dubstep.
It was just a smaller part of something much bigger, you know.
Oh yeah.
Because like the electronic, it's like all these different. The genres are always moving too, and the way with how everything blends with everything else nowadays, it's just like, you know, it's just morphing with the culture. You know, when, you know, because like if you know, if like you know, if Skrillex was going to do something, right, like right now, like everybody, like lo and behold, you know, people try to knock on him, like, Skrillex, I don't really box with him no more. But look, every time Skrillex puts something out, the whole electronic industry freaking shifts to like doing a little tweak of something from his new sound. You know what I mean? So when those cats like and Deadmau5 was the same way. Like when some of these cats put something out, like people will go like, I'm not really messing with their new stuff. But then catch it like 1-2 years later that everybody's pulling elements out of what they had did. So they're still setting these trends, and you know, the music and the culture is always shifting.
Definitely.
Well, I seen Lil Wayne in an interview say, they asked him the same thing. They asked him, they said, what do you think about the current state of music as a whole, or just hip hop in general? So Wayne said, he was like, I love it. He was like, I love it. You know why I love it? I love it because you can appreciate it for what it is. You don't gotta like it. You don't gotta really listen to it all the way through, but you can appreciate it for what it is. So I think that's what's happening now. Right now, some people would say right now it's the perfect, like what you were talking about, will there ever be a lane for super lyrical hip hop anymore? To be honest, I wish I could say yes. The reason why I say that, Duels and Steve, is because right now the legends are fighting so hard for that spot to still be in place. You know what I'm trying to say? So what can they do? Only thing that they can do is collaborate with the hottest artist that's out now. No matter if it's rock, no matter who they are. You know what I'm saying? What I would love to see. I would love to see a friendly. They be doing these versus battles, right? I would like to see a friendly version of old school versus new school. I would like to see something like LL Cool J, Busta Rhymes. LL Cool J, Busta Rhymes, MC Hammer. Check this out. LL Cool J, Busta Rhymes, MC Hammer, Vanilla Ice, Ice-T. You could get DMX in there, DMX, Mystical, Snoop Dogg. You take all those old school artists and have all the old school do a friendly album battle versus all the new hot artists now. And whoever wins, they got to hang up their career. Nah, they should do it. It's a friendly battle. But I'm just saying, like, you just like to see.
No, that could be fun.
Really, yeah, it would be interesting. It'd be interesting because that's what's going to happen. These old school artists that these youngsters don't know about, their audience is going to get introduced to them. And then the old school audience is going to get introduced to the new school. So guess what? Everybody wins at the end. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think he might be going a little too old. You know, like even like Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole are considered old school to these new school cats.
They're the last. They're the last of a dying breed, bro. The last of a dying breed of lyrical.
Yeah, you've been around for 3-4 years. You're old.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you say you like Lil Yachty. You say you like Lil Yachty, right? This is what I say about those handful of okay, you got Playboy Carti, you got Lil Yachty, you got 6ix9ine, you got Lil Pump,
Baby.
You got the Baby. Well, see, the Baby, he the only one. It's too many babies. Baby should be Baby from Cash Money should be he should be offended with that.
There's too many babies.
I am the original Baby.
He might come out and sue like Wayne. He might sue like Wayne did. Hey, you know what? I ain't gonna put some respect on my name. I ain't gonna say it no more. I'm the original Baby, like Steve said. I will be the one.
OG Baby.
OG Baby.
He might change his name to OG Baby. OG Baby Birdman. OG Baby Birdman.
OG Little Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that cracks me up, man. Little, I mean, you know, hip hop, yeah, with that stuff, it's kind of turned into a trope of itself. But you know, with that and the OGs and the players, we're gonna get into our last topic of you know, even that of like, you know, the whole, you know, commercial side of things to the lyrical side from, and you know, how about these just players and gentlemen, that aspect in society.
Yeah, that kind of loops into the whole hip hop genre and all that, because they promote being a player and all that, and then you know, they don't have a lot of songs about being a gentleman in hip hop. You know what I mean?
Actually, Steve, not to disagree with you, they actually do got a song. It's not actually a song, but technically it was an album, and duels might be familiar with it. It's called you know, Neo, the Gentleman. Remember he was promoting the Gentleman. He was trying to infuse that back in. Yeah, he was trying to infuse that back into hip hop, man. And then Common, you got to remember Common. You know, Common was kind of like, he started out like the NWA type of thing, and then he started trying to promote like self-love, and you know.
That is true. Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't say there aren't any hip hop artists that are trying to promote that. And I mean, there's even big names like Common that are, but most of it, I should say, is promoting being a player.
Yeah, the overwhelming that you get hit with, that you're gonna see in the mainstream. Besides, like, you know,
if you're not hooking up with new girls all the time, you ain't doing it.
Yeah, but Big Pun didn't want to be a player anymore. He didn't quite get to make the Gentleman album, but he didn't want to be a player anymore. He did find someone that he can live his life over.
Yeah, and so, you know, that's the thing. See, but for me, if I could speak just for me, or just for myself, I wanted to be considered a player. My friends were, you know, I went with the crowd. I did my thing. I did my fair share. I did, but I never really wanted. Everybody wants to be a player until they get played. I'm just being honest. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And if anything, fellas don't want to admit this, but women are the ultimate players.
Definitely.
Like me, the reason why I'm a gentleman, the reason why I still, even I don't really consider myself a gentleman as much as I used to be 7 years ago. But the reason why I say I'd rather be a gentleman over a player, because where did you get your game from? Your mama. How you learn to court a woman the right way? Your mama taught you to women like, you know, you don't got to do all with everybody. You ain't got to hang with the wrong crowd. I don't know. It sounds like I'm preaching. But I'm just...
Nah, you just quoted Tupac, man. Got your game from a woman. woman.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even realize I did that, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, man. But your mama. What did your mama tell you? What's the first thing your mama tell you with us as men? Trying to, a woman can't raise a man, but I'll tell you one thing: a woman sure can try to, and definitely will succeed. Definitely will succeed too, because they've done it. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy because the fathers, you don't hear fathers. I don't want to switch off the topic, but I want to say you don't hear fathers saying like, "I want my son to grow up and be a ladies' man." But what do you mean by a ladies' man? You mean ladies' men that's like being a player, or you do mean ladies' men that's holding for a woman, give flowers to her, hold her hand? Which one? What do you mean by ladies' men? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all ever thought about that.
Right. Yeah. There's more than one way to interpret a lot of that stuff. So.
Yeah. It's just it kind of just depends. But duels, you found your diamond, man. So anything you want to speak to the fellas on being a player?
Yes,
right. You should have the most wisdom.
I don't want to be a player no more.
Sums it up. It sums it up. Yeah.
That's the thing too. I feel like marriage really lost some of its sacredness through just not only the culture and music, but like just overall in society of how it's viewed and stuff. But it's really held up more here to where divorce isn't even allowed over here. So like it's really like it's a sacred thing. And,
wow.
As
it should be.
Yeah, exactly. And like so like I had like my ideas of even like going into like because like no one goes in like I want to get divorced, but you go in but even like just like at the wedding ceremony, right? Like I felt like the spirit wash over us, like and I was like, whoa, like this is really a sacred thing, like it's not just because like like we already dated for a couple years, like we were together, so like I'm gonna continue like the rest of my life with my best friend, but it was like it was so much. I realized at that moment, like it was so much beyond even what I thought it was. I was like, whoa, like this is like a real sacred thing. You know what I mean? Like I knew it was like a lot, like going into it, like not that I like took it lightly or something, but it was just like once it happened, it was just like whoa, like this is like so much even more than like I realized as coming from America where it's not held as sacred as it should be, to like realizing like whoa, like I'm a Catholic, like Catholic Church, it's a sacrament, it's an all-out like sacrifice of yourself for the other, and and then like when that finally like washed over and it happened, like the realization like came to me is like because it was like it's like okay, like I read about that, you know what I mean, but then when it actually happened, it was like okay, this is like another thing that like I even knew,
But that's what it's supposed to be too, because it's hard when I hear friends talk about getting married these days, because most of them say something along the lines of, if it doesn't work out, I could just get a divorce. It's like, well, if that's your thought process, then you shouldn't be getting married in the first place, in my mind. But because a marriage is supposed to be.
My thing, I thought people thought like, yeah, okay, we're gonna live forever and happily ever after, and like then life happens, but yeah, I didn't even know people like went into it like, oh yeah, if it doesn't work out, like that's like that's crazy to me.
It doesn't make any sense to me either. Yeah. Sorry, Tyro.
Oh no, you good, Steve. I was just thinking about what y'all was saying. I'm not gonna put my business out there, but let's just say I went through a similar situation that I thought it was going to end up in, that recently thought it was going to end up in. And a part of it was my fault because of miscommunication and stuff like that. That's to the I even found out even today, recently before I even got on here, that it wasn't what I was hoping it was going to be. And, it's one of those things that it's supposed to help you grow as a person, but it does tear you up, man. We all been through heartbreak before, man. I'm sure I'm not the only one, you know what I'm saying? But it makes, for men to say that he's got heartbroken, you know what sucks about that? That's what the real men these days that were the gentlemen, some of them did turn into players because of the simple fact that what was they doing? They was trying to probably be like a real gentleman, but then their heart got broken, so they made an excuse to become a player.
Right.
I'm gonna hurt them before they hurt me, sort of mentality.
Yeah, I don't even think it's that conscience all the time. It's just like it's almost like a defense mechanism. Like, okay, I gotta protect myself because like when she does this thing that kind of reminds me of that girl who played me. You know what I mean? That it's like, oh, like I don't know. Yeah, I've seen that before. You know what I mean? It may have the best intentions, but your heart remembers that time where it got stabbed. You know, and you're like, oh, hold up, like I ain't getting stabbed in the heart. You know what I mean? Like you're putting your judo setup up.
Yeah, man, and it sucks. You know why? Because it's a lot of. I'm gonna make the men mad at me. I'm gonna make the men mad at Tyro. I'm gonna spill the beans. It's our fault that the women are feeling this way these days. You know what I'm saying? Because they have a lot of resentment towards men. Even the person that I'm talking about right now. I'm not gonna put her name out there. I'm just saying she has a reason to feel a certain type of resentment towards most men because of the simple fact that they say we're gonna do this, that, and the third. But then at the same time, we want to have our cake and eat it too. But at the same time, we don't want to be alone. We don't want that person to be alone. It sounds like I'm venting, but I'm not. Just bear with me. But what I'm saying is, it's just society as a whole has that perception and that mindset. When you're young, my dad always, especially my mom, she always say, look, you be a gentleman no matter what. No matter how a woman says what they said to you, or do what they do, try to towards your heart, or you wear your heart on your sleeve, whatever the case may be, you still continue to be a gentleman no matter what. You don't turn into what these other men are. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, player, guess what a player is? Player is playing the game. And guess what the game is? Playing the game against himself. Because what's going to happen when all these women get old, you know what I'm saying, and the routine gets old and all, he's going to still feel like something missing. That's what players do. They're really just trying to pick out of a certain person to try to mold them into one. That's what a player is. I don't know if
it's like, do you want your life to be a game, or do you want to live your life? Like that's because it's so reactionary, and it's like, part of you wants to be like gentle with people, like, hey, like, I understand how it destroys someone to get hurt like that, but at the other time too, it's like you just want to like shake them and be like, hey, snap out of it. You get to choose how you react. It's like,
I try so hard to not be the one causing the damage. You know what I mean? But some people drag it out of you sometimes. Just trying not to become that person. I'm trying to be the good one.
Yeah. So, what do you think?
We're all capable of being shitty.
Yeah. So, my question is to both of y'all: what do you think really happened to all the gentlemen? Where they went? But why is chivalry dead? I know you can't really speak on it duels because you won, brother. So I salute you. I took my hat off to you.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know I don't know that chivalry's dead, but it's definitely harder to find.
Well, for me too, it's harder for chivalry to thrive. Like, I mean, men still need to be chivalrous and hold that up. But man, I feel for y'all back in the States. I had to come 8,000 miles to find someone who respected chivalry. Because it's like a lot of the girls I was talking to out there, like, especially I was in California, like, we were talking earlier here about how, like, they got the slut walk there now, like, so all that, like, it's out the door. It's like you try to hold the door open for a woman there, and like, look at you, like, how dare you open the door? If you were a guy, I would have opened the door for you. I was just trying to be funny. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
I've had that happen too.
So what y'all saying is that's really a real thing out there. What you talking about? That's really a real.
Chivalry's still alive out in the Philippines.
They have a yearly walk out there for sluts now.
Oh, out in LA, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, but like, here it's like, yeah, like of course, like here it's very like structured to still like, okay, like man roles, women roles, and even like at parties, like it'll be like all the men kind of hang out together, all the women kind of hang out together, and it's kind of like separate like that, and then like so it's like a real thing when man and woman like come together, like because everything is ordered and like structured, like man, woman.
It's still traditional. What you talking about? It's still traditional. Okay. See, this is my question though. When you talking about all that's happening there, who's coming over there? Are they part of the movement, or are they really part of the movement? You know what I'm saying? It makes me wonder, like why they can't have like a, how the ladies have the women empowerment type thing, women empowerment. Why have I not seen a gentleman empowerment thing? Hey, fellas, this is how you wear your suits. This is how you wear your tie. You dress like a gentleman. Where's the Farnsworth Bentley at? That's what I'm trying to say. Where's the Farnsworth Bentley?
There are some groups that there needs to do, like, real though, be like some man coaches. Like, there's some guys who, like, sweethearts, they're kind guys, God bless them. But it's just like, when it comes to women, it's like, dude, like, what woman would want to talk to you? Like, you're like a square, dude. Like they forget. It's like, yeah, you got to be a good kind of guy too, but you also have to like have life. I think, you know what I mean? Because like, if you're gonna make life with a woman, like, then women are gonna be attracted to someone who, like, they see life in, right? They're not gonna, if you don't want to dance with them, if you like, like you're just like straight, like, walk like you're a robot, and like, okay, yeah, you're a really sweet guy and stuff, but then you don't really have any life to you. You don't really have like any like self, like, you don't you don't ever like dress up like a proper gentleman, like. And it's like, yeah, like like why would a woman look your way if you're not like, trying to, I don't know, initiate
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah, I feel everything you're talking about. Because you know why I say I can feel what you're talking about, Jules? It's because of the fact that you figured out the formula to win your diamond, man, in the rough, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? You had to. You know what I'm saying? How many years you said that that you had that championship ring on?
Man, like, I didn't figure nothing out, man. It was, or be the guy.
Okay. So he was the coach. He was the coach that led you to be on the team of her own, right?
Yeah. Right. It was like,
I salute that then. Yeah.
I was just doing my thing, man. And like, it was like.
Steve, I don't know if you're are you in
yeah.
So Steve, are you in the or what about yourself? You got that Super Bowl ring too, bro?
Oh, I'm single.
I hear you, man.
Yeah. I don't know what I want right now. Trying to figure that out first before I make myself somebody else's problem.
Well, what as far as you I could tell both of you guys are gentlemen. What would make yourself a gentleman, Steve?
What's that?
What would you consider yourself to be as a gentleman? What makes you yourself to be a gentleman yourself?
Well, I try my hardest to take on all the hard stuff, take all the pain and all that so that the other one, my chick doesn't necessarily have to deal with that shit, I guess.
Yeah, I'll add on to Steven's charisma is that he's really accountable. Like, you know what I mean? Like where other like and that's the difference. Like players, right? They're trying to cheat the game, right? That's why they're playing. But a gentleman plays by the rules. Like, all right, I'm gonna hold respect up. Like, I'm gonna do this for the woman. I'm gonna make sure I hold my end up. And like that I think like of knowing Steven so long, like that's what I can speak up to his gentlemanness is that like he's super accountable. You know what I mean? He's not gonna like try to put any of the blame on the woman. He's always gonna like look first, like, all right, what do I need to be doing? And like take charge of that, you know.
That's what I aim for. I'm not perfect at it, but that's what I try to be. Yeah, definitely.
See, that's the thing, man. You know that whole saying about being molded into the perfect man, you know, or a woman trying to mold the perfect man. It's not really the case. You're really trying to mold each other. The reason why I can say that is because of the simple fact that you feed off each other. Okay, like Steve just said, you know, I'm gonna take all them bullets. Not for real, but I'm gonna take all those bullets so she don't have to. I'm gonna be a real personal bodyguard, so she don't have to feel like she don't have to feel like she's sheltered. She can always feel like she's protected, right? See, they got women.
Well, I expect her to try to do the same for me. You know.
Exactly. Very true. Very, very true. And it's hard to find the ones like that, man, that's willing to do everything possible can to make sure. Because this is the thing that we don't admit as men. We don't admit as men that we need reassurance. You know why we don't admit that? That to most women, that seems like you are insecure. And no man wants to be labeled insecure, and no man wants to be labeled weak. What a real man really wants and what a gentleman really wants, he wants that sense of security that his woman's gonna have his back no matter what. And that's what you got right there, Duels, because you figured out the formula.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's you know, like I said, thanks be to God, man. She's a loyal one and she holds it down. Yeah, like and speaking of which,
hey man, hey, I just thought about something. Hey, dude, you ain't got your wife don't have a. Hey, bro. Hey, dude, your wife don't have a sister that you could hook Steve up with.
Her sister's taken. Her sister's dated someone already.
That's all right. I'll have to come out to the Philippines one time, you know, in the near future when all this lockdown stuff's over.
I think she got a friend though.
There you go.
Yeah, the Philippine girls, they're good, man. It's like the women out here are good. It's like, yeah, like I said, it's still traditional here. Like the women still have a sense of modesty, a sense of self-respect, you know. So like, you know, whereas like, I don't know, I feel like it's not that way in all the states, but I feel like especially there in California, it's like, oh, like, yeah, I can be wild and do whatever I want, and that's me empowering myself. It's like doing whatever you want ain't really, you know, like if you're just doing whatever you want, then some of those things might be respectable, but then some might not be. So you're not really respecting yourself and empowering yourself.
I mean, it depends on what you want to do.
It's true. Yeah. It is. Well, you know, it's crazy though, because society as a whole, man, you can't speak this type of positivity. You know why? Because it's Shonda Bond.
Yeah.
You know, it's only to who wants to hear it. You know what I mean? Like, anybody that will eventually see this on this platform, you might end up helping some people out. You know what I'm saying? Including myself. You know what I'm saying? We might end up helping some people out, because one thing about a true gentleman is he's willing, even if he gets turned down by, let's just say, maybe even the woman of his dreams, he's still going to find the sense to know that he tried, and he's not going to have any disrespect towards that person because of the simple fact that what is a true gentleman? A true gentleman is a gentleman to his heart. And that still overshadows the player because the player don't, you know what I'm saying? Players don't care. You know what I'm saying? But you don't ever notice something though, which is still popular today, gentlemen and players.
I didn't catch that last part. What was that?
What is still popular today, gentlemen or players?
Oh, well, definitely. As we're saying, I say that's where our culture is going. Is to the whole player thing. Everyone, men playing, and then that woman trying to be players like men. It's just.
Isn't it kind of goofy though that we promote marriage and being a player so much right next to each other, like, because I mean that's for all. There's so much money involved in marriage now that they commercialize it, but then being a player, it's a whole another thing. We commercialize that too, so it's I don't know. It's funny how we contradict ourselves and like as a society.
Yeah. As some kind of deterrent, I might be in the minority of this, and it may need to get like worked out a little bit, but I'd be pro in supporting some type of legal act against adultery, because like when you promote all this play, and then you try to have a society that like we're married, like you can't have the orders backwards, right? So, if there was like some type of it's harder because like with the case of adultery, you may have kids involved and stuff, but maybe hey, like you're just gonna have to take some kind of maybe a fine or at least a little bit of jail time, because it's like just to say like if you get caught like breaking this very valuable like cornerstone of what society's built on, of the family where it all begins, right? Because you got your family to your community to your county to your state, right? So that basic building block, if you're damaging that, then you're damaging society. So I think there should be some kind of law against that, really.
It's an interesting thought.
What do you guys think about that?
I wish I respect your thought on that.
Probably needs some tweaking, a little bit of work on it.
Tiny bit. Yeah, the only real reason why he says it needs a little bit of tweaking is because you don't know if that's going to make people find loopholes to still get around it. You know what I mean? Because there's loopholes. They're trying to find loopholes within marriage. I don't want to go too far with that because that might be because of something. So I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say that when you find that special someone or whatever the case may be, you're going to know, because it's a difference. But when you're a gentleman and you're looking for what they consider, love, you probably seen a glow around your girl, dudes. You probably seen some kind of, not a real glow, but you seen a glow like, yeah, this must be.
Well, I mean, her name's Angel. So.
Wow, that's girl. Okay.
It was written in the stars. It's too easy to make puns with her name.
Okay. So he got a big glow. He had a rainbow around here.
Oh, it was more of a halo.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, man. It's you're right, though. Society, man, it is so far gone on a lot of this type of stuff that people mentioning marriage, no offense to this, I'm saying people mentioning marriage, it's almost like he gets shunned upon versus being single and being a player.
It's starting to go that way. It seems like, doesn't it?
Because back in the day, the whole traditional thing is you wanted what your parents wanted. Me, I wanted my grandparents. I wanted to be married over 30, 40 years. I wanted that type of thing. Figure out the formula. Not reinventing yourself, but keep reinventing love over and over and over again to the point where, we're gonna win either way. You know what I mean? So it's one of those type of things. That's how
Yeah. Yeah, you look back just 50 years ago, it used to be the other way around, where if you got a divorce, you were a loser. You know what I mean? You failed.
Back in
It's the opposite now. Like that's what everybody's doing. They get married, they did that, been there, done that. Now time to get a divorce. All right, been there, done that. Get another marriage. See how that goes.
Yeah, that's the way I see it too. It's like yeah, it's like I don't know. Like I hate failing and stuff. Like you're gonna fail at stuff, but there's certain things like if it's like very like if you hold it to the level of a sacrament, like where right, this is one thing that I cannot fail at no matter what. If I gotta fail at this thing and this thing to make this thing work, because this is this is the pinnacle, then that shapes the order. Because it's kind of devolved into like the state where not even just like with black families now too, like even among other ethnicity groups, like the father's just like missing, and being that like I was raised, without like any father figures in my life, so that like that's why I really am excited to like try to be the change I want to see kind of thing of being like a father to my kid and giving him something that I didn't have because I not any like animosity about it, but I know there's a lot of missteps that I made that maybe it could have went a different way if I had like a dad to tell me hey don't do this, shut up here, speak up here, which I just kind of had to find out by trial and error, and kind of went into a lot of pitfalls that were probably unnecessary. So even though, yeah, I'm kind of that's the one thing I'm excited for, but also Ram, I kind of had to learn that on my own, and but so I want to at least pass down the things I did learn to my kid.
It's tough too, because I mean, what if you had turned out worse because because your dad wasn't around or something,
Yeah, so that's one thing. So duels. Are you very close with your mom?
The bulldozer 2 power. Nah, man, your daddy would have screwed you up. In the heart.
So duels. You very no, you good. Duels. You very close with your mom. Duels.
Yeah. Me and my mom's we talk every week, if not every other week.
What about you, Steve?
Oh, well, my mom died when I was 12, but we were close. I am close to my dad though, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
she was a tough lady.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Both of y'all. Actually. One thing I can say though is both of your parents, they have to be very proud of both of y'all because of the men that grew up to be, because of the simple fact that I'm saying, they didn't have a manual, but they did everything they could, and kind of like when you was talking about the pitfalls and stuff like that, you have to look at your life, look at where you're at this point, and you have to give yourself a pat on the back and be like, man, my parents did the best they could, with the little that they had, but either way, it still kind of worked out for the better in some way. I was fortunate to actually still have both of my parents. Because to be honest, I don't know what I would have ended up turning out to be, man. I probably would have ended up being one of those knuckleheads, And turned out to be good. Wouldn't have been out turned out to be good.
It was knuckleheads, man. That's why I say it's only glory to God that I made it this far.
Yeah. I went through a knucklehead phase for sure. I made it out though.
Yeah.
And then that's another thing too, dudes. Back to what we was talking about, about the gentleman and the players, stuff like that. That's not something that your parents can give you the advice, just not even just on that topic, but I'm just talking about in life, on what to take from the advice that they give it to you, because it didn't really come from them anyway. It came from you know who. So they just did what they could from what they can pick the pieces out of the gems that were dropped down. So us, we're still growing I'm growing as a man every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, the older I get, they say the older you get, the wiser you get. But it's not really that, bro, because you can't teach wisdom. You only can learn it. This is what I honestly believe. Same, what it goes with life. Life is nothing but a big test. That's all it is. You either pass, fail, or restudy it. You know what I'm saying? That's all it really is just a big test. That's all life really is. But
yeah,
I know both of y'all passed. I know both of y'all passed. I just can't tell you how I know, but I know both of y'all passed.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you, man. That's really kind of you to say. And going off that, like for me, it really was like finding that father hasn't, like, for me, I'm like, oh man, it's like not fair. Like these kids have their but like it was realizing that like my true father is the Father in heaven, and like that's really what started straightening me out. Like, oh, like I don't need to worry about that. Like, oh well, like I don't have a dad to teach me, because like I always have the Father to teach me. So and that's the other like relieving point too, of like becoming a parent, of like, oh, like like it's already like the child belongs to God. Like I'm just there to be like a good steward. Like, hey, like listen to what God already put in your heart. Like, listen to here's the good book. Like don't stray from this. Like it just kind of like guide them. Like a good shepherd. But like really the child, like just knowing that the child belongs to God, and like it's really just like a gift for me to like kind of see the child grow and be able to be a part of that. And so like that's really what I'm looking forward to, like realizing that like, okay, it's like I don't own this child, like I'm the owner of the child, I'm responsible for him and stuff, but it's like it's really God who's gonna be the one guiding him, and I'm just there to like kind of shepherd it, you know what I mean? And
yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's a good way of looking at it too. A lot of parents I see, they look at their kids as like, I don't know, almost like an accessory or a pet or something. Like, oh, how cute he is, or how cute she is. Oh wow, look at the outfit I put on her. Shit like that. I don't. Yeah, that's got nothing to do with parenting, but yeah, it's about helping the kid become an adult, really, and most of it's on them, and you're just there to help guide them, is all.
yeah, like help them be who God is already gonna be, like forming them to be,
Mm-hmm.
And, so I'm just like, oh, like God wants you to be, whatever it is. A football player, a singer, a priest, a freaking a teacher, whatever it be. Like I'm just, there to like, keep pushing you along in that. Like I'm not gonna like make you be those things, and you're gonna be what God wants you to be. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm excited for it.
I mean, congrats to you either way, brother.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Hey, my phone's about to die. How's this for a wrap up point right here?
Yeah. So
what time is it over there, Steve?
6 p.m. right now.
Okay, over here is
8 o'clock over there.
8 o'clock